Hey everybody, it's Zach, aka Zach's Reviews. We are back again with another video, and guys, we have a lot to talk about, surrounding, Spider-Man No Way Home, and, them releasing concept photos, them releasing some behind-the-scenes things, since, this is all last year's, since it's like the movie's out now, it came out last year, and we're in a new year, so they're releasing, some behind-the-scenes things, some concept art things. And, with Andrew Garfield coming out, with him coming out about, him keeping the secret of him being Spider-Man No Way Home. It's like a lot of things are coming out about it now because everybody has seen it, or most people have seen it. So, we're going to be talking about some concept photos that came out today on Instagram, like a couple of hours ago. They released some information of, they cut, and I guess, they cut a pretty big, important character, from the movie. They actually cut out America Chavez, which that surprised me because I did not know America Chavez was going to be in this movie. But it turns out a part of the original script, she was supposed to be in it because I didn't think about this, but originally Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was supposed to come out before Spider-Man No Way Home, and she was supposed to be in, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but also make her way into Spider-Man No Way Home. And then the more I think about it, is the more it made sense from the original, slate before everything got pushed back due to COVID and, and everything that went on in the world. It actually did make sense to me that she would have been in Spider-Man No Way Home, because with everything that we know in Spider-Man No Way Home, with, the multiverse opening and, Andrew and Toby's Peters coming through, and all these villains coming through, it would have made sense that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness would have broke that barrier of the multiverse breaking through, and that would explain how Toby and Andrew would be in that movie and the villains. So it would really it would make sense that movie would go first, opening the multiverse, and then that would go into Spider-Man No Way Home. But it turns out she was a crucial part, Chichi Gomez, which she is the one that's playing America Chavez. She actually, was supposed to bring in Toby and Andrew's Peter Parkers, introduce them to our Peter, our Tom Holland Peter, introduce him to him. So that was what was interesting to me, is that she was supposed to play a big key role on introducing and bringing the Spider-Man into that movie, which I am very interested to know if they are going to release that script of the original script that they had for Spider-Man No Way Home, because she was a crucial part in that movie, bringing Toby and Andrew's Peters into the universe to help our Spider-Man's Peter out in the big battle with all the, old villains from, the Sam Raimi universe and also, the Mark Webb universe. So I really enjoy the fact that that was their original script. But don't get me wrong, I love the script that we had, that they came up with. It literally came out to be a masterpiece. But I wonder, how would that movie have played out if we didn't get, if the Phase 4 slate didn't get pushed back and things got switched around, and the script didn't get changed. I wonder how that movie would have played out, and I'm curious to know if they are going to release that script of the original script of Spider-Man No Way Home, where America Chavez is in it, and she has a bigger role in it, because we have a concept photo here, which I will pop up on the screen, of America Chavez holding a book, and I looked America Chavez up online because I didn't know much about their character. I've been wanting to learn more about their character as we get closer to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and it turns out, she has a long list of abilities which explain this photo in this picture. I looked it up. Literally, she has been a part of a ton of teams throughout the Marvel comics. She's been through Teen Brigade. She's been a part of Young Avengers. She's been a part of A-Force. She's been a part of Ultimates. She's been a part of West Coast Avengers. She's been a part of a lot of teams, and I'm really interested, out of those two teams that that I can see that what they're trying to build up to in the MCU are Young Avengers or West Coast Avengers. More likely Young Avengers, because of all the younger characters we're getting that are in the Young Avengers comic book, which I do want to pick up in the Young Avengers comic book, because I did find one at Barnes & Nobles, which it looks like that's most likely the storyline they're going with, that they're going to be going with when we do get Young Avengers together, when we get all the, characters all together in one TV series on Disney Plus or one film. But that is very cool to see that she's been a part of different, groups of heroes. So that's really sick to know about the character. along with, she has a ton of abilities, whether it be superhuman. She's a superhuman. She has strength, speed, longevity. She has durability. She has flight. She has invulnerability. She has star portal secretion. She has star blast. She has interdimensional time travel, and she has time travel. Like, she is so OP. Like, I'm super excited to see how that character plays out in the MCU, because that's going to be very awesome to see her, use all these abilities, especially the Star Blast. That seems very interesting. I'm excited to see what that will look like, especially by this photo. It looks like she's doing her interdimensional time travel. It looks like that's what she's doing right now. And I think she's going to be playing a big key part in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I feel like maybe she's one of the reasons that shit goes sideways. I feel like maybe it's just not what Wong and what Strange did, casting the spell for Peter, because it looks like that's some of the reason that things are going down the way they're going down in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness on the spell that Strange did for Peter. But I feel like maybe it could be the fact that, America Chavez is traveling places and going into different universes, maybe messing things up. Because, she looks pretty young. Maybe she's not experienced on what she's doing. So that's why I'm excited to see, she seems like she's going to be a big main character in Doctor Strange. And I feel like that would have been cool to have had, the original, timeline that we were going to have of Phase 4, where it would have been, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness first, and then No Way Home. But I do like what they're doing here. It wouldn't have made sense if they would have kept, with the changes that were made to the timeline, and, things being pushed back, and them doing reshoots with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. It wouldn't have made sense to introduce America Chavez in this movie, because we don't know much about her, because fans would have been like, this is such a weird way to introduce a character in a conclusion movie of this conclusion of Tom's Homecoming series, or home series. So it would have made sense that, they are going this route where it's like they had the idea with the original timeline to have her in the concept art for No Way Home, because again, Multiverse of Madness would have came first, and she would have been in this, and she would have been a connection point to bring in the other Spider-Man to help Peter. So I do like in this sequence, it's her, that she has her book, that it looks like maybe that's the way she's able to do the traveling, it looks like, by the looks of it. And also, it looks like they're at some, bumper car carnival place, it looks like, which is very interesting to me. I wonder what's the reason that they're at this bumper car carnival place, it looks like. I'm wondering why they're there at this theme park or something. Along with, Ned's here, Peter's there, MJ's there, Flash is there, Betty is there. I'm wondering why they're all there. And, it's just very interesting to me, this concept art. And what's really curious to me also is that we get another concept art photo of America Chavez, which I'll put up here. It is her literally at the Statue of Liberty site at the final battle with, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Electro, Sandman. I'm trying to remember if Lizard, and of course, MJ, Ned are there, the 3 Spider-Men are there, but it looks like America Chavez is hanging from a crane, and she has what it looks like to be the Green Goblin antidote, and it looks like she's trying to tell Peter, I'm not sure which Peter, to come and get the antidote to take down Green Goblin. So that is very interesting to me. It seems like was a real big crucial part on helping in the final battle, and helping maybe come up with the antidotes, and helping bringing these other Peters in to help our Peter. So it seems to be that, I'm really curious to know what that original script looked like, because that's very interesting to me. But, what would have made it where she would have known our Peter needs help? What would have been the original script for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness that she would be in the position to help our Peter Parker? See, those are just questions I wonder. Would it have been, how much changed in the script of Spider-Man No Way Home? I mean, we clearly know a lot has changed in the script of, in Multiverse of Madness with the reshoots that they had to do, especially with all the slate being, switched around and, maneuvered. So I'm very interested to know, what would their original plan have been, because they had to make, some changes to fit this new slate that they have right now. So that's just very curious to me, because it's like it's a domino effect. Is when one thing gets changed, and it is all connected to lead to one big thing. When one thing gets changed, everything gets changed. As we all know that, a Falcon and the Winter Soldier, there were some things that got changed there in the script. I think Shang-Chi maybe that script stayed the same. Also, like Chi Gomez, the girl that's playing America Chavez, she was spotted, of course, at the Shang-Chi premiere, at the Spider-Man No Way Home premiere. So she is really making her presence known, that she is new to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She's really I really love her energy, and I'm really excited to see her play this role, because she is known to be she is known from the Babysitters Club. Of course, I've never watched the Babysitters Club, so I really don't know how her acting capabilities are. But I love her energy. She seems like such a great person. I'm just excited to see her play this role, because I think she's going to kill this role. But it's crazy, because even in this concept art, let me go back to the bumper car concept art. It's crazy because in that concept art, we have somebody different in this concept art. We have Isabella, I think her name is Isabella Marcid. I think that's her name, if I'm correct. I just want to make sure that's her name. Yeah, Isabella Marcid. She was in Transformers Last Night. She was in. She played Dora in the live action Dora in the Adventures to Find the Golden City. I think that's what it was called. It was like Dora in. I just want to make sure what it was called. It's like Dora in the Adventure. Dora in the Lost City of Gold. Okay, my bad. But she was in Dora, and I know her from everything she's done. She's actually the concept photo for America Chavez, not Chi Gomez. So I'm wondering if this was early in production of Spider-Man No Way Home. Before they chose to go with Chi Gomez, they were going to go with Isabella Marcid. And that's very interesting to me, just by this concept photo, because this isn't the America Chavez that we saw in the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness trailer with Chi Gomez. This clearly shows that they were going to go with somebody else to begin with, and I'm assuming that there were scheduling problems. That's why Isabella Marcid wasn't able to do it, and that's why they and maybe that's why they chose to go with Chi Gomez. But also they probably found out their audition tapes that Chi Gomez was clearly the better fit, because of the audition tapes and who fit best for the character, which again, I'm really happy that they went with Chi Gomez, because I think she's going to kill this. But it's just very interesting to me, for the early concept photos, they have Isabella Marcid. So that's just very interesting to me. But I just really like how they finally are coming out with these concept art photos, along with some other great concept art photos. Like they have one with Happy looking at Peter hanging off the balcony. It looks like Happy's apartment, and Peter is hanging there in this spider web canopy. I think that's what it's called. And he's just chilling, hanging off this being like a spider would. I just really like how he's doing that, and these are just early concept photos of him doing that, and I love that. I love how they're really bringing out all these concept art photos, especially because also that just came out a while ago, is that the girl that plays Morgan Stark, she actually filmed scenes in Spider-Man No Way Home, which that's crazy. And I remember she was doing an interview on the red carpet for Spider-Man No Way Home, saying she's even though her she even said even though her parts got cut, she was very excited to share some screen time with Tom Holland, and she was excited to be there on the red carpet. I'm excited to see those deleted scenes of Peter, of Tom and her, and Peter, do that scene. I wonder what's why she was making an appearance. It would make sense why she would make an appearance, because we were all thinking, why wouldn't Peter go talk to Pepper and to and get her to vouch for him, or try to ask for help or something. Maybe we'll see him trying to do that in the deleted scenes. Maybe also, since Tony's gone, her father's gone, it would make sense that Pepper would maybe ask Happy to watch Morgan while she was trying to do some big stuff, with the company, at the Stark Industries. So maybe there's a scene where, and we know that Peter and Aunt May are living with Happy. Maybe there's a scene where Morgan is being watched by, Happy, and Peter, and of course Aunt May are there, and they have maybe an interaction. Who knows? But I'm excited to see those. I hope they put them in the deleted sequences, like the deleted scenes of Morgan and Peter, doing those sequences, because I'm just very interested to see, one, why they got cut, and two, what are those scenes? Whether are they some emotional sequences? Because they both love Tony. Hell, that was her father that died, but also for Peter, Tony was a father figure to him. So I'm excited to see maybe that dynamic. Maybe they have a really a bonding moment about Tony. So I'm just excited to see how that all goes down if they put those in the deleted scenes. But yeah, guys, that's literally what I wanted to come in here and talk about. I want to know, do you guys is it interesting to you guys to see these concept, these concept photos of Spider-Man No Way Home? And let me know how you feel about how you feel about how it's Isabella Marcid instead of Chichi Gomez as America Chavez. Do you think that was just an early draft of them thinking, we have ideas on who can be America Chavez? How about Isabella Marcid? And then they finally came up, Chichi Gomez would kill it as America Chavez, and they wanted her to come in into doing an audition and stuff like that. It's just cool to see how they were gonna go with her, but then they chose somebody else. I've never seen that before, and in concept photos before. So I did think that was cool. Along with, what do you guys think about this bumper car sequence? And do you guys think that the original script for Spider-Man No Way Home could have been better than what we got in No Way Home? What we already got, what we have? I think no, because I don't think it could have been any better than what we got, but I am curious to know what the other script looked like before the changes of the Phase 4 slate changing. I'm very curious to know what that original slate and what this original script of Spider-Man No Way Home would have looked like. I'm very curious. You know what I mean? It's insane, you know what I mean? How that would have went, and maybe it would have, they were going to choose Isabella Marcid before the changes. Maybe it worked better with her scheduling, but since they had to the whole slate got changed, maybe she couldn't do it with her scheduling, and that's when, and then they chose Chichi Gomez. Who knows, honestly? But I'm very curious about the whole, the bumper car sequence it looked like, and her hanging from the Statue of Liberty, her hanging from the crane and trying to give Peter the antidote for Green Goblin, it looked like. That's just sick to me, and I would just love to read that original script. Hopefully they'll put it up online. Who knows? They might not. Marvel's very protective over that stuff usually, so they might not. Who knows? But I'm just interested to keep seeing these concept art photos keep coming out, because there are some sick photos that we've been getting lately. But I just thought that was very, a very cool talking point to talk about how would everything turn out if everything was left the way it usually the way it was supposed to go in the original slate before they changed everything due to COVID. I'm just very interested to see how the scripts would have turned out, how it all would have turned out. Who knows? Honestly, who knows? Because everybody has scheduling when it comes to different projects that they're on, and maybe since everything got changed, everybody's scheduling got changed. People had to get recasted. They had to change the scripts because people couldn't make cameos in certain things. I'm just curious to know how these original scripts look like, especially for Spider-Man No Way Home, and eventually I'm gonna want to see how that how the original script looked for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, because it looks like they're changing some things. So I'm curious to know what that will look like once that movie is done. They might release that too. Who knows? But guys, I cannot wait for that 4K Steelbook Spider-Man No Way Home. You know damn well I'm getting it. To see all these deleted scenes, to see if they'll put any concept art photos in these deleted scenes, in this, in the behind the scenes and stuff. I'm just curious to know, to see all the behind the scenes, all the deleted scenes, all the concept photos that they'll put on the behind the scenes. I hope they just put a whole bunch of shit on there. Everything that they did, I hope they put everything on there, because not gonna lie, Marvel's behind the scenes lately have been lackluster. There has not been enough behind the scenes when it comes to the Marvel content. Especially, like, they're holding back on a lot of content that they're not putting on the DVD when we want to see everything. They should just put everything on there, but they don't. So hopefully that we can get this message out there to, to Kevin and to the head, and to like everybody involved with the, MCU, that we want to see everything. Put everything that you did on the behind the scenes on the DVDs. Do it, because we want to see it. We don't want barely anything. Give us everything. You might think we don't want to see it, but we want to see it as fans. Like, put everything on there. But guys, that was the video. Again, I really want to know what you guys thought about these concept art photos. And I want to know down in the comments below. Are you guys excited to, finally meet America Chavez in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? And are you guys excited to see Chichi Gomez play America Chavez? I'm super excited. I cannot wait. I just can't wait. I just cannot wait for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, especially because it's on the month of my birthday. Literally, it's like 2 days before my birthday. I think it's like May 6th, and my birthday's May 8th. I'm stoked. I'm excited. That was such. See, I'm happy the slate got changed because I got the greatest movie of this phase on my birthday. Like the movie that's gonna change everything. Even though all the other Marvel movies make a change to the bigger picture, this movie is really gonna break the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, break it to its core, shake it to its core, especially because this is like Marvel's first, scary movie. I'm excited. Their first horror movie. I'm super excited, especially because it's by Sam Raimi, the GOAT. I'm excited. But guys, again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, put those notifications, like this video. We'd love to have you guys here, a part of this family here on this channel. We're all about spreading love, positivity, and motivation. Literally, guys, we're on our way to hitting 500 subs. That's my goal this year, to hit 500 subscribers. I know we can do it, guys. Again, if you're new here, come join this fam. And yeah, I hope you guys can come join this family. But guys, that was a video. I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.